Hi, I'm Shannon Albert from www.prepschool.com, and today I have 10 tips for you if you plan to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Stay tuned. So it has been a minute since there were videos available for you to watch, but I'm excited to jump back into the swing of things. And as the weeks go on, you will start to see more and more footage from the parks. We have lots of new things happening, and I can't wait to share those with you. But today we are going to talk about the Halloween party because a lot of people are interested in attending this time of year. And so we wanted to share 10 tips with you in case you plan to attend. Before we dive into the tips, a quick overview in case you're wondering what the heck is the Halloween party. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a special event held at Magic Kingdom from mid-August until usually November 1st. That's the date this year, but usually there's like one party right after Halloween. And when you have this special event ticket, it allows you to participate in special Halloween activities at Magic Kingdom from 7 p.m. until midnight. That's when the official party events take place. If you don't have a ticket, you don't get to be in Magic Kingdom during those times, which is very disappointing to some people who aren't aware of the party taking place. But if you want to participate, that is how you do it. So let's dive into 10 tips for attending the party. Tip number 1 is if you know for sure that you want to attend, make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. Not only is it usually cheaper that way, but that guarantees it won't sell out and you will be stuck without the ability to attend the party. Now, in the past, we would often advise people to wait until the day of the party to get your tickets because it is during hurricane season. So rain can often be a factor, or maybe you want to see how you feel that night if you want to attend. And so we would recommend just showing up and getting your ticket. But these days, in the last few years anyway, there have been more and more parties selling out. And so if you definitely know you want to go, the safest bet is to buy your tickets ahead of time. Full disclaimer, as of the recording of this video, no parties for 2019 have sold out. But if you know for sure you want to go, that is the safest way to do it. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you go in with a plan. It is impossible to do everything there is to do at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So before you go in, we highly recommend that you make a plan so that you know what to do. You really want to maximize your party time and focus on the things that are most important to you. Tip number 3 is to take advantage of party exclusive activities. Speaking of making a plan, this is how we suggest that you allocate your time. There are things that are very specific just to the party time, such as the parade, the fireworks. A few of the attractions have overlays that only take place during the party. There are exclusive character meets, there is trick-or-treating. Those things you cannot do any other time. So if you have other time in Magic Kingdom, then it makes the most sense to focus your party time on those exclusive activities. You probably shouldn't spend a lot of time during the party eating. A lot of people will, for instance, make a reservation at Cinderella's Royal Table or something like that, and that takes quite a while and really eats into your party time. If you have time to ride the rides outside of the party, you may want to skip those during the party because most of them are exactly the same, and so it's not the best use of your time. So as you sort of put your plan together, make sure you're focusing on those exclusive activities. Tip number 4 is to dress accordingly, and by accordingly, we mean lightly and with ponchos in mind. So the 2 things that are very true of Florida weather is that it is hot and it is rainy. When I was a kid, I'm originally from Kansas, we would design our Halloween costumes around the snow because they would often snow on Halloween, and we would have to figure out, is this a costume that we could layer things underneath? Can we walk through the snow in snow boots with this particular costume? But you need to think the opposite of that when you are planning to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It is fun to dress up, most people do, and it's sort of fun to get into the festivities, but you don't want to be sweaty and uncomfortable all night and have a lot of tricky costume pieces. We have been wearing just like t-shirts essentially that have some sort of design on them that look like a costume, and those are easy to find on Etsy. There are lots of ways to go about it, but just make sure that you have something you can put a poncho on, something that's very light. And this goes whether you're attending the first Halloween party in August or the last one. We've done both because both can be very, very hot. And so we want to make sure that you are comfortable while you attend. Tip number 5 is to use your Halloween party ticket to get into the park early. Now you'll remember that I said that the party events officially are from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. because that's when the Halloween party things take place. but you can get into Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. with your party ticket. And that means between 4 and 7, you can do non-party things. And in a minute, I'll tell you about a few party things that start early. But from 4 to 7, you could go on rides that you may be interested in. That might be a good time to have dinner. In addition, you can make fast passes between 4 and 7. There are no fast passes available during the party, but between 4 and 7, you can do fast passes. Now, here's a couple rules if you plan to do that. One is you can't have fast passes booked earlier in the day with a non-party ticket. The system won't allow you. And 2 is that you need to make sure that you fit them all between 4 and 7. So that means your first fast pass could be from 3:30 to 4:30 because you could get there by 4:30 with your party ticket. And then you need to make sure that they wrap up before 7 o'clock. The third tip regarding making fast passes is that you need to make all of your fast passes for your regular tickets first, and then go back and make fast passes with your party ticket on your party ticket day. I hope that makes sense. What we're trying to do is avoid the system from thinking you're using a regular ticket on your party day. But you certainly can get fast passes with your ticket, and the ticket will allow you to get in as early as 4 o'clock. Number 6 is to visit some popular characters before the party even begins. As I just said, you can get in as early as 4. A party doesn't officially start till 7, but one of the exceptions to that is that some of the popular characters will begin meeting before 7 o'clock. Now, the popular characters that I'm talking about are Jack and Sally, who begin meeting around 4:30 in the Town Square Theater. People start lining up there even before that, but they are very, very popular. We would advise that you meet them the last hour of the night for the shortest waits, but they do start meeting around 4:30 before the party begins, way before the party even begins. Number 2 is Moana, who usually starts meeting around 5:30. We advise that you meet her during the party time, but like later in the evening. It seems like most of the people that want to meet Moana are younger, and so as the party goes on, as it gets later, her lines deplete a little bit. So our recommendation is, even though she starts meeting at 5:30, is to actually meet her during the party, but just the last few hours as opposed to at the beginning, because her line does decrease throughout the night, usually to about 30 to 40 minutes, which isn't too bad for meeting a character that is exclusive to parties. Number 3 character that meets before the party is the 7 Dwarfs. It is very, very special to get to meet all 7 in one place, and you can only do that during the Halloween and Christmas parties. They do start meeting at 6:15 in the tent back in the storybook Circus section at Magic Kingdom. The line will begin outside well before 6:15, and then they will eventually let you in. You can take food if you'd like to have a quick dinner, and you can wait to meet them. You can definitely expect to wait a while to meet them, but it will usually allow you to finish up before the party even begins if you're in line soon enough. And another character that you might want to meet before the party begins is Elvis Stitch. He meets in Tomorrowland, and he meets as early as 6:30. So if he's on your list, go ahead and check that one off your list before the party officially begins at 7. We have lots of tips on meeting the very popular characters that I just mentioned, so I will have a link in the description for more information on those if you would like even more detail. Tip number 7 for the Halloween party is to opt for the second parade of the night. Now, during the night, there are 2 parades, and then in between those are the fireworks. Usually the second parade is more lightly attended, although Disney has started putting that advice right in the map for the party. So it makes it a little less unknown when they're giving that advice out to the guests. But usually that is a lesser attended parade. And what's great about that is that not only does that parade have fewer people at it, but during the first parade, you can do other things. That, for instance, is the time then we like to meet Moana, because the first parade sucks up so many guests, and then the lines for other things kind of go down. So if you wait till the second parade, you can use the first parade to do some other things, and then find a spot for the second parade, usually with less competition from the other guests. Tip number 8 is to save trick-or-treating until later in the night. Now, trick-or-treating is one of the party exclusive things that you can do, and you can find the trick-or-treat stations because there are giant inflatables that say treats on them that identify the stations. Believe it or not, the lines for these can get quite long, and the candy is pretty much just standard candy that you would find anywhere. There's nothing special or Disney about it usually. It's just candy, but you don't want to waste a ton of time on getting candy. So we recommend that you wait till later in the night, because lines actually can be very long. Think about the heat and chocolate melting. Think about the heaviness of carrying candy around all night. Incidentally, if you don't have a bag, they will give you a bag, but if you want a bigger bag of your own, feel free to bring it. So we just recommend waiting. If you happen to have food allergies, there are options for that as well. At the trick-or-treat stations, they will give you tokens that you can redeem at the allergy-friendly centers. And there is information at those centers about what is suitable for various food allergies, and you will be able to load up there. Tip number 9 is to make sure you maximize your magic shots. So if you don't know what magic shots are, they are pictures taken by the PhotoPass photographers in the park that are then edited to add in something magic. It's some sort of graphic character element that will be added before it appears in your PhotoPass account. There are exclusive magic shots available during the party. So the way that you can maximize them is to make sure you ask for them. That's one of our best tips, is that you need to make sure you mention to the photographer that you're interested in magic shots. We have found the best luck with the photographers on Main Street. Just tell them that you would like some magic shots, and they will usually pose you for many or all of the options that are available. There are magic shots available at other places throughout the parks that the Main Street photographers won't be able to do. One of the best examples is right out in front of the park. You can get a picture with the Headless Horseman. And that line is pretty long at the beginning of the night because people, as they're going in, want to snag that right away. So our tip for that particular magic shot is to just head out in front of the park in the middle of the party, or at the end of the night on your way out. But be sure to take some time for those magic shots because you won't be able to get them any other time. Tip number 10, don't overdo it. Fitting a Halloween party into your schedule is tricky because it lasts until midnight. So you need to be careful not to overexert yourself earlier in the day so that you can stay up till midnight. And also the next morning, you want to be careful how you make your plans for then. You may want to fit in a nap the day of, you may want to sleep in the next morning, but as you're making your plans for every day of your trip, just be sure you keep that in mind. So I think that will wrap up our 10 tips for the Halloween party. We do have a complete guide to the Halloween party that is over 4,000 words, plus tips on meeting some of the exclusive characters that I mentioned. So be sure to check the links to all of that in the description. Thank you for watching.
We have it all spiffed up tonight. Everybody's dancing on the dance floor. I hear the Smashing Pumpkins are playing. Oh, we're in our glory. Now, you all are standing out there looking at me, and I know you have questions to ask me, so I'm going to stop chattering like a chatterbox, and you all yell out a question one at a time. Woo, that's right, I look good in this. I stuffed myself like a sardine in a can, but it looks good, doesn't it? I know. Now, who's out there? Bob? Who's me? I can't see y'all. It's like you're on your bigs out there. Right over here? What is your name? You can tell me. Oh, you a cowboy from the Village People? YMCA? Yeah, oh yeah, hello. How are you? Good that you came to see me. Did you bring me chocolates, flowers? Cheapskate, get back. No, darling, I'm only kidding. Tell me, what question did you have to ask Renata? My favorite, does he not know? What do you think my favorite holiday would be? Oh, I love Memorial Day, but Halloween is my favorite day of the year. Do you know why it's my favorite day of the year? Can I tell you? Do you really? I don't even think you really want to hear it. But if you say I want to hear it, I'll tell it to you. Do you want to hear it? Yes. I think you're sleeping. I think I'll take a little kitty nap. Tell me when you're ready, when you want to hear. Do you? Oh, just one person? Yeah. All right, I'll just tell it for. Is that Alice over there? Alice, please invite me to your tea party. Oh, I do love a good cup of iced tea. My mama used to make the best mint iced tea. I can remember it like it was 150 years ago. She would go out on the porch, and there we would be rocking back and forth and sipping on her mint iced tea with fresh mint leaves and lemon. Can you all taste it?